What I cannot answer is why did he have to go through Samaria to meet a lady that wasn't all right? Why didn't he go and meet a lady that has married for like 50 years and the marriage was good and everything was moving good? But Jesus was going to meet a lady that had married 5 times, divorced 5 times, and he was dating another man, and the man wasn't her own husband. He was someone else's husband. And Jesus met this lady. And Martha was the kind of person that the women, if they had their way, they could have called heaven to kill her, because she was a disgrace to them. She did a lot of stuff that they didn't want her to do. They didn't like her doing it. But she was stubborn. She was everything. And women in those days used to fetch water behind. They didn't go outside. According to Bible scholars, they say it was 2 wells existed that time. The one behind and the one outside. She don't want to go to the one that is there. She wants to go to the one outside because she has committed so much that she doesn't want people to see her or ask her questions. Some people will be like, somebody will, maybe you don't have a child and you don't want people to ask you so much questions and you'll be avoiding people. And you kill your husband or you kill your wife and you don't want people to ask you questions, so you'll be avoiding kind of group of people. You'll be going, you don't want people to ask you so much questions. But Martha was to go to the well of Jacob that time, the 12th hour, and Jesus was to go there at that time. It wasn't a coincidence. It wasn't an accident, but it was subpoenaed by God at the 12th hour for Jesus to meet Martha, so that our story will change. Yes. And Jesus was not looking, God was not looking for righteous people. He was looking for unrighteous. That's why sometimes when I go to churches and they deceive me, sometimes you take your problem to your pastor or your bishop, and your bishop will try to paint the whole thing black. And he will tell you, you've committed the worst sin, or your child is doing this because you have done this. But you don't know your bishop may be going through the same stuff. But he's trying to let you know that he's a saint. There is no righteous person. Wherever we find ourselves, if you are a doctor today, you are a nurse, you are a lecturer, you've been to school, you have masters and everything is working good. It's not your own power, it's God. Amen. It's just the grace of God upon your life. It's not you. You know nothing about it. It's like maybe you happen to involve in a car wreck and a child that is like 1 year old will die. And 50 years old man will survive. You ask question, what has that child? What has he done? So everything we pass through in life is for a purpose. Sometimes you will face a lot of challenges and you are asking questions that you yourself cannot answer. But what is challenging you is a process. It's taking you somewhere. But Martha was there and people were thinking that this lady is the worst lady. But when Jesus came, he didn't go to all those people. He wanted to see Martha. And after 16 to 18, after they have dialogue for like so many hours, Jesus said, go and bring your husband. He said, no, I'm not married. Jesus said, it's the truth. You said the truth. Because you've married 5 times. 5 times. And you are dating someone else's husband. It's not your husband. The wife is at home, but you are doing something with this man. So why would Jesus go and meet somebody like that? A question no one can answer it. Because Jesus, he was not looking for the righteous people. He was not looking for the saints. He was looking for people that are not okay. That is why you need to love your children all the same way. You don't need to say this one is wild. He's fighting in school. They are bringing report every day. You have to be careful. Because the one that is fighting and you're feeling that this one will not be anything, and you are spending so much and buying clothes for other ones that are so humble. I'm not saying they won't be anything, but at the end of the day, this one that is so stubborn will be feeling them. Will be in charge. So he needs to be careful. He needs to be careful. You have to consider everybody. Love all your kids the same way. Don't crucify anyone. You don't even have the power to judge. So Jesus had to go through Samaria to meet Martha. And they finished everything. And Samaria was the same place that Diana was raped. A lot of stuff happened in Samaria. He used the same matter. She ran to town through revelation to go and bring all the men. No, there was no woman there. None of the ladies followed her. But you ask yourself, why did all the men follow her? All the men follow Martha to come and meet Jesus. Because Jesus wanted to take care of the issue that happened when Levi and Simeon went in and slay all the men in that town. So Jesus wanted to take care of that before he went to the cross. Because it was the same Samaria that Diana was raped. And the prince wanted to marry Diana. And they said, no, you can't marry my sister unless all the men in this town are circumcised. They said, no, we can do it. 3 days after the circumcision, Levi